little degree of knowledge across all these applications, advanced Excel, BI, SQL, Postgre. Yeah, I use Postgre, MySQL,
Wow.
Python, a little bit of R.
Yeah, everywhere.
So, so what I do is that if I have any work, if the work is more suitable to be done with uh, with Power BI, when it has to do with visualization, I I use Power BI.
Okay.
Then, if the work is more suitable with Python, I use Python. If it is more suitable with R, I use R. There is one small project. I was running analysis for PhD students. So one of the things she asked me to do was to analyze pentagon of assets for her. And then my R was having issue. It wasn't giving out output. I tried all I could. I used Python. Instead of giving me the output, it will give the output, but instead of it coming out there'll be a pentagon inside, but the outer shape will be round, which is not what was needed. So I did several times. Explore ChatGPT, do everything. It didn't give me what I wanted. But then when my R was restored, just one touch, it gave me exactly what I wanted. So what I do basically is at times there are some work that will come to my desk. What I do is that I try it with Python and R. Anyone that give me the best results is what I go with.
Okay. It's
Mm.
good, Charles. It's good to be versatile with different tools.
So as a researcher, most times I have to need data to analyze both complex and simple ones. So that's what I do basically.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you have a data for analysis, no matter any kind of model, both in the heads, business management, agriculture, environmental management, these are the areas I cover. So
Nice.
I'm available for your services.
I see. Yeah, okay, boss.
I waiting with the carry offset the T pen.
Sorry.
Yeah. You, you are in Nigeria, right?
Yes, currently.
So they're using it to offset the T pen. If
We try
not,
our best.
if not, until we get a bigger one.
Yeah, definitely.
What pain me that is this thing opportunity I lost from one big organization. It's an NGO. After the first interview, the next one, they said I could not move to the they will not proceed with me. So and
Did
then
they give reason?
uh they said I did not make it to the next stage. So that was the language. And then they are looking for a statistician and a data analyst instead of using number. And I use one model, relative importance index, and then I use Python to run the analysis. It's a complex data set, and then it gives me what I believe is good for me, and unfortunately, or perhaps it's not good for them, or they are not used to that model. That is another thing. If they are not used to that model, so um, the model is used to rank uh, variables. The But you first of all convert if the variables are categorical, mostly categorical variables. So you have to either map it, code it into figures, and then a kind of these questions, or what they call it again, a kind of like it questions,
Okay.
like it questions. So he first of all transform it to numbers and then use it to rank it. It's actually a model, and then it came out wonderful for me, and we use it to explain the data set they brought. So, which I believe I was saying, not everybody is good at this. That this will put me on the top. Instead of using bar chart to be having so many this, let me use this model as they're looking for a statistician. So little did I know that that model I use perhaps is not what they are used to.
No more. Sure. So I would really like you guys to go through the videos on the drive. It would have been better if you guys did that. But let me just run through the while loops and the no. You won't really need that for the exercise. You know what? Let's do the exercise first, okay?
Okay.
So tell me if you can see my screen, please. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, coming up.
Nice. Okay. Same thing. We're only going to addition and exponentiation. So let's just do this simple for now. So for a basic calculation to happen, we need two numbers. Okay. Then these numbers are also going to be able to have floats in them. You have to use, would you like to plot? If it is going to give you, okay, if you have any number divided by 0 is undefined. So that's, we'll just check for that as well. So let us begin with the first number. Plus, wait, okay, still not working. Let me reload this and check if it's going to work. So you guys can see my unit is string and not an actual integer. So we're going to change this to an actual integer. Or we will use floats in case if somebody wants to multiply decimal point numbers. So we do this. Okay, so it's because now that it's like this, it's a string. Let's run this in again. What's your first number? 5. Oh, 5. Second number 8. And finally, see, now it works as intended. Going to okay, we have done this. Yes, now let us ask for the operator we'll be using. So we're going to ask it to enter an operator, give it plus or minus or multiplication or division. Okay, now we'll do our normal give it space. So now that we have that, let's go into more detail with our if statement. So if the operator that has been chosen is equal to plus, each operator that was chosen was equal to plus, then we'll just do result equal to O plus both of the numbers. Okay, quite simple. And then we'll now do elif operator is equal to minus, we will simply do result. I'll just copy this so it will be faster. The result will be minus as in num1 minus num2. Then we'll now do another elif. You're only going to account for just for operator. So if the operator is equal to multiplication, you would simply do multiply these numbers. And finally, if the operator is equal to a division sign, then we will sure that we don't get an error. Because if you do a number divided by 0, you will get an error. So let us account for this. Now, this is where you can use an if statement inside of an elif statement. So now, so we are checking if once we have if the operator is a division. We now check again if the number 2 is not equal to 0, meaning the number 2 is an actual number. As long as it's not 0, it's a natural number. Whether it's negative or positive, it's a natural number. So if the number 2 is not 0, which is a number, we will simply do the actual division since it's a number. But if it is not an actual number, where our else will not come into play, we will now do. We will just print out a simple message saying error. Now this is good error handling so that your code will not just break anyhow. Division by 0 is undefined. Okay, that should be good. Okay, now that we have this if and else is on its own, but it's also different from this one, because you need to complete this one with an else statement in case of any other. So now we have this, complete this. So let us finish this one at the bottom. Else result equal to invalid operator, because that's the only other reason why you will have an error if your operator was actually wrong. So now we're going to print the result, which is print whatever comes out of this whole equation here. So we'll now print the results. Okay, nice. Now I'd like to ask a question before we continue. Anybody can answer. Which keyword in Python is the most used? The most used keyword in Python? Anybody? Sorry?
If
Funny enough, it's not if. Try again.
it can be, it's not on, it's not.
Sorry?
I said it's not on. It's not a numerator. It's not.
No, it's a keyword in Python.
It's not.
Should I give you a hint?
Is it Y? Y?
No. Should I give you a hint? Anybody can answer. Ask for a hint and I'll give it to you. Okay, I'm going to ask again later. You can keep pondering on it. The question is, which keyword in Python is the most used? Okay, so let me clear this and run our little equation here. So we have that. So what's your first number? Somebody give me any number at all. Negative, positive, floats, decimal point numbers. Give me any number. Anybody.
5.
Okay. Our first number is 5. Now, another person that is not Casimir, give me another number for our second number. And I,
Any number?
yes, from
7.
1 to infinity. 7. Okay. Now, all choose the that we are going to use. Should we multiply, divide, or plus?
Let's start with
And to the first number, let's give it 5 again. The second number, let's give it 0. Okay, the code needs to run finish. And let's see, divide, yes. Now you can see error division by 0 is undefined, exactly the way we actually put it here. Now let's actually make this other error. You're going to test your code like this. We have 5 and we have 7. And we use an operator that was not issued here. Invalid operator. See? So now our code actually works. If you actually want to make this more, we can add the modulus, floor division, and exponentiation. That'll make the code longer. So for now, we are good. Before I go to the next one, which is going to be a function that determines odd and even numbers, I would like to, if you have any questions, please ask.
all right. I notice when you run the input function, the numbers display, and when you run them again for additional input, the old numbers are still there.
This is just displaying, yes.
Yeah, they are still there. And what I normally use is I use so I want to know which ID, right?
Which ID do I use?
Yes, which EDI, ID, I've forgotten.
Yes, integrated development environment. I use VS Code.
Okay, okay.
Do you use
Okay.
Jupyter Notebook?
Yes, I use Jupyter. I've once tried that, but then I think I'm more comfortable with Jupyter Notebook.
Okay, well, it's okay to work where you're comfortable with. It's good.
So even though I've not really used VS Code to accomplish a particular any project, I just enter it, do one or two and left. So I've
Let me
not
see.
really explored it. But I
Okay.
think I like the way it still hold the previous data, unlike Jupyter Notebook. When you do the input function, if you run the query again, the old ones will disappear. I think I can't remember, right?
Yes,
So
that's how it works.
uh,
But is there any question relating to the symbol
what?
calculator that we just did?
No, I think it's clear to me. It's a sort of revision.
Okay. Our coordinator and Anna, any other question? Okay, no question. Now, let us go into, look at this fine block of code. To be ashamed to just remove everything. So now let us go into our even odd checker. Okay, so let's give it a number. This number is going to be, oh, no. I'm just writing a bunch of random numbers here. Okay, now we would like to check if this thing is even or odd. Okay, and what we're going to use is this modulus. Remember what modulus does? Modulus just basically returns the remainder.
Remember, yeah.
Yes, and the best way to actually check for an even or odd number with an equation is to divide it by 2. So if you divide something like 50 modulus 2, but if you use something like 57, the remainder is going to be 1. See? So that's the principle behind what we're going to do for the even odd checker. What we're going to do now is we are going to have a number, and then we're going to divide that number by 2. If the output of that calculation is 0, it means the number is even. If the output of that calculation is 1, then it means the number is odd. So if you divide 2 by this 57, it's actually going to give you a whole number remainder 1. See, you just starting out with if statement. So if this divided by 2, if number divided by 2 is equal to 0, then we'll just simply return even. Okay. Else return odd. This is it. This is all you need to worry about. This is the entire code that checks if a number is even or odd. Now look at this number. This number ends with 3, and 3 is an odd number. As in this entire number now, as long as it ends with something that is not completely divisible by 2, is an odd number. So let's see why. Once again, please give me a moment. I don't know what is really wrong with this thing today. I'm using Gitboard. Okay, finally showing. So what is the error? Even small things like this that will actually just make you want to lose your mind, because what is the matter now? Okay, that looks correct. If number is divided by 2, okay. So you don't get the issue. So it says return outside function. Let me try something. Let's make it a function. Now we give this function an argument, no, a parameter. Okay, so even odd number that, and then we simply just move everything by 1. Okay, and then we call the function out here, check even odd, and give it number. Let's see. Oh, it works now. Okay, so as a function, it works. There must be something that was wrong here with the, most likely the indentation or the way that it's actually returning it. So we have a number. Let us change the number. This is going to give us even. Okay, now this is going to give us odd. As you can see, we can keep going and going and going. Any number you put here is going to actually give us whether it's even or odd. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? Let me just be sure.
Yes, we can hear you.
Very well.
But then the outputs, I think it's better you see if you can expand the output space so that we'll be seeing the output.
When you say the output, how do you mean?
As in, what I mean is, this output is a kind of collapse that when you run the query and some of the out, okay, I've seen them. Okay, I've seen them. Uh,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry. Let me run it one more odd. So now that we have, let us make it. Um, the word is not still robust. Let's just make it a little bit more. I would like to have a couple of numbers in a list that's odd. Okay, so let's see. We have numbers here. Now we will do a for loop. This for loop is going to check for every single number, then check if it's even or odd. So for num in numbers, this needs to go one. Because you can see with once you finish check, let me give you an easy way to confirm indentation. So you just finish writing your function and then give me your function a name. If your function has a parameter, you give it, and then you do that. That is where your next line where you put your double quotes. I'm sorry, that's not double quotes, your dots. To a number. Okay, this is number. Let's change it to numbers. So for every single one of those in the list, the number is if the number divided by 2 is equal to 0, then we're actually going to print. Now we're not going to return, we're going to print. Mm, 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 mm. This is not necessary anymore. That's not necessary. So now let us give it numbers. So numbers equal to, have it in a list 2. Okay, let's just have that. So now we have that. We're going to call the function. So the function, simple. So what this code is actually going to do is going to go through each and every one of these numbers. It's going to go to the first one and check if you divide it by 0. If it gives you, if you divide the number by 2, if it gives you 0, not divide, sorry, if you use the modulus gives you the remainder. So if you do it by 2 and there's a remainder, it's going to be odd. But if it's 0, as in there's no remainder, it's going to be even. It checks this one. If it is even, and then go to the next one, 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 until it's done. Let's run this. Okay, see, our code works. It went through every single one of them. 2 is even, that's odd. Just confirming if this is actually correct. So yes, everything here is correct. Now I'm back again. Do you guys have any questions? Any questions? No questions. Okay. So now what are we going to do next? What are we going to build next? Since I've already built everything in a very short amount of time. What would you guys like to build next? Or what would you like to learn next?
I I I would want you to give perhaps another example for using loop.
Or using loops?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. simple example of using loops. So let's say we have a list of numbers. Amy, how are you? Welcome. Yes.
I'm doing good. I just wanted to quickly ask what Pi script to run two programs. I know it runs from up to down, like number one, you solve number one, number two, you solve number two, but then it runs number one. You know how it works? It runs number one while you're trying to run number two.
But I think so. We have. Let's just keep it simple. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. So now we're going to use a for loop. Now a for loop, what the for loop does, which is quite different from a while loop, is a for loop actually has a set of iterations is going to actually work with. There is already a fixed, most times there's already a fixed set of iterations a for loop can work with. While a while loop will continue running as long as with this one we have for, I didn't even put equal to, yeah, apology. So for I in number, we have, let's do a simple print I plus 1. What we are doing here is just simply adding 1 to every single one of these numbers. 1 to every single one of these numbers, nothing more. Okay, let's see it. See, why didn't it give us everything? Oh, it did it?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even sure anymore. So 1 came out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it did. Apologies. It just added 1 to every single number, and I was still seeing 7. Yeah, I didn't know that it was just this 6 plus 1. So let's make it even more obvious. We're going to multiply everything by 10. Okay, now it's obvious that it went through every single one of these numbers and it's actually doing something. Okay, now let me be a little bit experimental. So let us bring back our odd even checker. So now for I in this, if I, which is one of the numbers, modulus 2 is equal to 0. So now what I want us to do is we are only going to multiply the even numbers. Okay, so if it is even, we will do print I times 10. Then if it is not even, as in if it is odd, then we are going to, should we divide? Let's divide it by 10. So let's see. Mhm. Else, um, so let's see if it's going to work or not. So for I in this. Okay. Okay, so now do you guys see? The first one is an odd number, so it was divided by 10. Second one is even multiplied. So you guys see how we actually went through every single one of this and then we put a condition on every single one of these. Understood? So this is just much more experimental way of understanding loops. But let me try something else now. We're going to do something on while loop. Okay, just give me a moment here. Let me check something. I see. Okay. So what is a while loop now? Like I said before, a while loop, just confirming. You guys can see me, Abi? Thumbs
Yes.
up if you can see me. Good, good, good. So now a while loop basically runs through or has a code, a block of code keeps running until a condition is met or until a condition changes. Let me explain. Let us do this. We have count equal to 0. Then we now start our while. So while count is less than 5, print count plus equal to 1. Now what this code does is you have count is equal to 0 outside the loop. So while it is less than 5, keep printing it and keep adding 1 to it. So it iterates the first time and it's going to add 1 to this. It iterates the second time, it's going to add 1 again to this until it reaches to above 5 or equal to 5. Then it breaks. Let me show you guys what I mean. You see, it stops before 5. You could change this into 10 and to stop at 9. Now you could change this thing to less than or equal to, and it's going to stop at 10 because, or one of the conditions needs to be met if it is less than 10 or equal to 10. Okay, now see, now let's try something different. Now this is something that you should never do. Okay, so while forever equal to true, what I'm about to do now is something that you should never try. I'm just doing it for educational purposes. Okay, okay. This is an infinite loop because forever is equal to true. I gave it a Boolean number. Forever is true, it will not stop. And the only way for it to stop this code from running infinitely is to actually stop it manually. So make sure that your code is actually, your while loop can actually be exited in your code. Don't push any kind of while loop that doesn't end to production, because in fact you can't with the standards in our current the while loop. This while loop is going to run forever, and it's actually fast. But in Python is one of the slowest programming language, but you can see how fast it is. So now to stop this, we just do Control C or Control Z. Okay, that stopped it. Hope you guys don't understand the major difference between a while loop and a for loop.
Mr. Michael, do you have a knowledge check for us this evening? Michael,
Knowledge check. Should we? Okay.
of course,
It
since
would have
nobody
better if you
has
guys went to
questions.
the.
So,
Can you hear me?
yes, I said since nobody has questions, means everybody knows everything, right? So, we should ask questions and let's really confirm that, yes, we know.
Okay. Now I understand. I understand. I'll ask questions. I believe in you guys. Don't worry. So before I start asking question, yes, Amy, please.
I don't know if we could be giving more problems on the follow with range and as regards to some distinct problems, like you get interview questions on the follow that has to do with and stuff like that. I don't know if you know what I'm speaking about.
Funny enough,
There are some little
inside the video, especially that reverse string. I
yeah.
think I still have it here, Seth. Let me. Would you like to see the code?
Yes, please.
It's somewhere.
If we could
Python is just for this week. Then we're going to go deeper into other things like SQL, and then we actually start data engineering fully. We'll do a little bit of Linux too. I'm sure they have
Okay.
sent you guys the curriculum, but I could
Yes.
make out time to do that. Yeah, where is you? Now, a question that I've still not gotten till now, but I did not ask anybody. I have two questions actually. The first one, there's a particular phrase they call this thing when you give um when a word is anybody. Do you guys need a hint?
What's the what? I didn't get the question.
The most used Python keyword. You know, Python has plenty keywords like for, while, break, pass, plus, def. Those are keywords in Python. You got it. You got it. But I would like to ask, how did you come by this? What made you believe it was print?
Hey, I forgot print to.
It's easy to forget, I swear. But Anna, tell me. Sorry, Amy, tell me.
Well, if you want any output, if you want to see what you're doing, print is very important.
Yes, and we use print in every single, but not almost every single code I've written, I've used print at a point. But if else, all those ones are optional. But print, even when I'm debugging, print is almost always there. So we have, I guess we have just that for now. Okay, let me see if I can ask questions based on um this Python class. Let me give you an example. You are in a working environment and you are an intern, okay? A data analyst intern, and you have a little bit of experience with data extraction, which means you can get data from an API, you can get data from a storage, from different sources. Okay. Now, before leaving, the data engineer that was there gave you the passwords to the database and told you to give it to the manager. Now, something happened and the end users could not see the data anymore. You had the pass keys and you saw that you could solve the problem. Now, this is not an actual like Python problem. Now the question is, would you actually use the pass key, the password and the credentials to access the database and solve the problem, or would you wait for somebody more qualified to do it? Understand? Another person with the required knowledge is there at that moment in time. So what would you do? I would be asking one by one, Mr. Casimir, what would you do?
Well, for me, what I would do first was to go more into research to confirm what I know, if it is really right. And then, if I'm sure that what I know is right, I will actually meet with my supervisor or someone who is in charge and convince him or her my level of competency in solving the problem. And then, if he gives me approval to do that, I will do it. But if declined, I will decline from solving the problem.
Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to change the question a little bit now. Anna, there is no other person there that your supervisors are not available at that point in time, and everybody's going helter skelter looking for who to solve the problem. So, would you solve the problem, or would you wait for your supervisor to come back? Anna G, are you there? G. Okay,
Probably,
perhaps
perhaps she's talking and muted herself. I don't know.
we cannot hear you in case you're doing that, Anna, or maybe you're not currently there. Okay, let's assume that she's not there. So we'll go to Amy. Amy, just a deviation from the from Casimia's part. Nobody else is available, and everybody is like, so somebody solve this. Our end users are not happy. So would you solve it, or would you wait for somebody with the right clearance to solve it? Remember, you have the passkeys.
For integrity's sake, yeah, now you would have to wait for permission to be granted. Even though you have the passkey, you have the password, the passkey before solving it. And it
Mm,
depends on if clearance has been given to you, even though you have the passkey. You might have the passkey, but you've not been given clearance to solve it.
yeah.
I don't know if that's what you're asking.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking. You guys actually gave the right, correct answers. But for me, I would just do you only live once and then solve the matter.
Ah,
And then
eh,
I'll chest the consequences. Whatever comes, comes.
yeah, let me try that one. Though.
So let me give the audience back to Anna, our coordinator. Please.
All right, awesome, awesome. Well done, everybody. Okay, so for the last question, I think I would follow Michael. I will just do it. Whatever comes out of it, we'll face it
Ah,
later.
who is we? You're on your own. No.
Uh, I mean, we're on the same team, right? You'd support me.
But you know how it goes in production. You solve one problem and make another
Ah,
huge problem
Hydra.
somewhere.
Well, well, but that does not happen every time, right? It's just
In production, everything
In
is
fact,
linked
that
to
happens most times in production. The
wow.
everything is
software
linked.
team is different from the data team.
That's why it's good to actually in production, someone that builds it is the best person to solve it because they know the entire structure of it. They know if something breaks here, they know exactly what the problem is. You get, so that's why even if somebody like deletes the entire database in production, that experience, they will still value that experience. They won't always just fire the person. They will still keep you because you made a mistake. You will learn from it and you'll be better. But as per you, Anna, I will not follow you.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. No problem. It was so good having everybody here tonight. I hope we all were able to learn something. Please, our assignments are very important. So now I'm going to be putting deadlines on assignment submissions. I know we're all busy. I mean, the reason we're taking these courses because we're just trying to, do something else alongside what we already have doing. So we're busy, of course, that's the stated fact. But we can all make time for this. I know that currently it's free and you might feel like, oh, no commitment for now. Well, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And so, since you're here, please let's go through the videos. Let's submit our assignments. I'll be expecting every assignment submission on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I will drop a specific time for the deadline for the submissions, and there'll be penalty for people that don't meet up with that time for the submission. Is that fine with everybody? If you have any
not,
objections, please speak up or forever remain silent.
not really. My my tomorrow is my tomorrow is occupied from morning till night, so I doubt when I'll spare time to do the work.
Now,
So
it's on Tuesday. It's going to be maybe Tuesday evening. The deadline is going to be like maybe Tuesday evening.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
have to stay up at night, we're going to stay up at night to get it done. I'm sorry, I'm sounding that way, but I mean, we really, really have to take this seriously and get our assignments done. right, Michael? Every task I will
Yes, it's
give
very,
you,
very important.
please,
The
by
progress is
Tuesday,
very good
I'm
for you to learn.
expecting submission from everyone. I will drop a mail where all assignments should be submitted to by that time on Tuesday. So when I come up with the penalty, I don't have it right. I can't think about it right now, but I'm coming up with a very very serious penalty for people that don't submit. So please let's work on our task. If whatever it takes, let's give it whatever it takes. Are we going to have an assignment for loops and functions? Of course. I think Michael has uploaded a video on loops and functions already, and if it's not there, you should get it soon. So there's a task for every video on the drive. So the drive is just still the same link. You can just refresh and then you'll see the new videos on that drive. If it's not something you can stream and work on directly, you can download it and pace yourself, and they're just 1 minute, right? So if you watch this, then try to do something, then watch this, then try to do something. So we can also work with that. Also, right, if you're here and you've not filled the form, I think only Amy has not filled the form. Please, 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 I'm begging. I have to, emphasize on this. Please, please. I really need you to fill the form. Really, really need you to fill it. It's very important to us that you fill the form. We need your information in. I think Mr. Casper has filled and Angie has filled. Amy, I don't think I've seen your response yet. So let's fill the forms and we'll meet again on Wednesday. Meet again on Wednesday. So our submissions for Tuesday and then our next class on Wednesday. And then as we all know, the free trial would end next Sunday. So, let's be prepared and we'll be having review sessions, you know, what you've learned so far, and for those that will be continuing with us, hopefully, or I'm expecting everyone here to continue for the rest of the 3 months of the training after these 2 weeks, and so to continue as we've started with you know more focused learning, more specific topics, and more energy. So thank you so much everyone for being here tonight. Of course. Okay, so Amy, if you can text me directly, I'll send you the recording for this video. Because some people have not been attending any of the classes, they've not responded to messages, but they keep viewing the recordings when I send it to them. So I don't want people that are not really participating. So but if you text me now, I would send the link to the recording immediately I end this call. So thank
All
you
right.
once again.
That if the deadline could be extended to Wednesday, that would be highly appreciated.
But Wednesday is the next class, so
I
that will
know
be
now.
Right,
difficult.
right. Mr. Casper, you're going to give it everything possible. You will submit this task by Tuesday evening.
Hey,
Stephanie.
all
All right.
right.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's good
All right.
spending time with you again this evening. Hannah, I really hope you're here. I really hope you heard us for most of it. I think probably juggling between the call and probably something else. But I really hope she can hear. Okay, Amy.
Yes, is there a Google Class?
Is there a Google Classroom for
Yes.
this? No, 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 no.
Okay, so you just get to send the videos for the next week and then,
Yes,
Yes.
it's
well,
on
how
the
does it work?
drive.
You see the
Right.
videos for next week, maybe Tuesday.
Tuesday is quite far. Just as Casimir said, from tomorrow it's 6 to 7 p.m. So it's a stretch all night. For Tuesday is quite far. If you send it on Tuesday, we're not going to watch it for Wednesday.
Okay.
Probably If you
for
send it
your.
this weekend, we can do Monday night.
If I
The
send
week
it, what?
Probably if it's been sent, maybe the weekend we can do Monday night because the week is back to back, back to back, back to back.
So
We're in a new week.
yes, I
Yeah.
think the what we're working on this week, right? The assignment I'm even requesting is not for what we want to do next week. It's for what we've done this week. The task for
Yeah.
other topics we've done this week. So that's what I want. That's the assignment I'm expecting us to submit by Tuesday. We're dropping the videos for Wednesday by Tuesday, but
You know what? Let's do it
I
Monday.
have pressured Michael to do it on Monday, right? So
Let's do it on
probably we'll
Monday.
do Monday.
I will try and accommodate the time because I understand, you need the time to watch it and then have enough questions for me on Wednesday, I believe.
That's right.
But I would do that on the condition that you guys submit the assignments on time.
No,
Thank you. Thank
that,
you.
well, I'm actually done with the assignment. If the assignment you're
Okay,
talking
now
about is
then convince Mr. Casimir to finish his on time. Then we have a deal.
My
Mr.
time is
Kashmir is well capable. He's just busy. He's very much capable. He can do the assignment in 30 minutes.
Wow.
Ah,
Easy.
I believe in
boss.
you, so that's amazing.
imagine, imagine what a strong recommendation. I beg, I
It's
need
just
to come and give a
the assignment is
recommendation
not the
by
problem.
next.
He's just looking for the time. That's the problem. It's okay.
Yes, yes, I'm really have issue with time. My time has been scheduled. It's not how important this is to me. I never had time. I have so many things on my desk. But let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Very
And
well.
just to verify, the assignment is the one that was sent together with the the
So
last
the,
Yes,
video.
yes.
so the
In the
assignment
last video, the loops video, the video with the loops, while loops and functions, there's no assignment on that. I'll put the assignments this evening. Then,
Oh,
have you completed the first two?
that's the first video on data
No,
types. The assignment.
there's an assignment on data types and operators. Then there's also an assignment on what's the name of second video, Seth? Data structures, yes.
data structures.
So have
I,
you done both of them?
I didn't see that with data structures. Just a moment.
They're in Python files in a folder.
I know what was sent was the video alongside
The first one had a TXT file. The second one had um, Python files for you to solve the assignment and submit.
yes. That's
Very
the
well.
one that the first one is if let me just say the questions. The first question is write a program that takes a person monthly salary. Is it the one you're speaking about?
And let me have a quick look see here. No, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I don't have it readily available. One moment, just one moment. Let me be sure that we're on the same page. But the one you're looking through now, is it a TXT file?
Yes, it is.
Then yes, that's the one inside of the types and operators,
Mm.
right? Then if you go to data structures, you would see DS assignments in a folder.
It is just if that was just updated, but okay, I think that was just updated. The first one, which is data types and arithmetic, there's an assignment TXT, and then the second one was data structures.
Yes, that
There's one.
folder.
Okay, the DS folder.
Yes, DS assignments.
Oh, I think I'm just seeing this now.
Wow.
Are those the assignments that is for Tuesday?
You could submit it today or if you know, or you could submit it tomorrow, so that I'll have
The-
time before Wednesday to actually look at them.
You're talking about the DS, right?
Yes. Or better still,
So
all of them.
both the TXT and the DS now.
Yes. I need
Okay,
time for the next class to grade all
Mr.
of them.
Kashmir, I think I'm now on your side.
I see. That's how you switch both so easily.
Oh, the quizzes. We have how many quizzes? One, two, three, four, five, seven.
It's not about
Oh,
the
Well,
number. It's actually easy to work with.
I'm clicking on the quiz 2.1.py. It's not
It's not
showing up.
showing.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
I don't know if you could probably do
Okay.
that.
Check 2.8 whether so.
Yes, create a list of scores.
Okay. I will check them this evening. So you can start with the first one. Then before you start with the second one, I would have checked it to be sure that everything is okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Very well then.
okay. So some of them are okay. Some of them are blank.
I'll check them. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Our coordinator, please.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. No problem. Let's end this meeting right here. It's overdue. Thank you so much, everyone. See you on Wednesday, the same time Wednesday. Sorry, time. I think Wednesday is 9 to 11 p.m.
Yes.
Yes, Wednesday 9 to 11 p.m. West African time. So see you on Wednesday. Please let's be punctual to our classes and let's not forget to send our assignments once taking the phone. Thank you so much, everyone, and we can't wait to see you again next week. Have enjoyed the rest of your day, your evening. Have a good night rest. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever applies for everyone. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done, Michael. Today, is this still here? Hello, Michael.